In chapter 5 of the book, I talk about humility and remaining humble in the pursuit of excellence. That's what the title is. A story that you can read in the Bible that will help you understand this better is the story of Nebuchadnezzar, and this is from Daniel chapter 4. And if you read that, you see what happened to him, and that should hopefully encourage you to seek to be humble. The Bible says in James chapter 4, God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. If you want grace, then pursue and seek after being humble. And humility is not about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. That's a quote I heard a while back. When you stop thinking about yourself altogether, that's the first step. Now, that's now humility. Not thinking of, oh man, when you think of self-pity, I hope it doesn't come together with humility for you. Because when you think, I'm terrible, I'm this and I'm that, I'm worthless, and God doesn't care about me, nobody cares about me, everybody's better than me, that's really not humility. It's that humility comes when we acknowledge who we are in light of what God says about us. Now, God knows us best. We don't even know ourselves too well. We think we know ourselves, but we need to wait until we get into certain situations. Then we really begin to see if we know ourselves. The Bible teaches us that God is the one who can tell us who we really are. He knows us from the inside out. We can't deceive him. And we are humble when we start pursuing and doing things the way he wants us to do it, and keeping in mind that he knows what's best for us. Someone said that pride makes us artificial and humility makes us real. And I just hope that you will think about this for yourself. Am I being real or am I being artificial? Am I a fake person or am I just being authentic and seeking to become more like the one who has made me? I hope that we begin to see that humility comes when we seek Jesus and we seek to be more like him. He was a perfect example, and he showed us this even as we read from Philippians chapter 2, that he came to earth, he walked the earth, and he taught us how we ought to live. I pray that you would see that true humility is found when we trust in him. And the other thing that I'll touch on as I address humility is that humility, the opposite of humility will be pride. And pride, as C.S. Lewis put it, is the form of spiritual cancer, because it eats up the very possibility of love or contentment or even common sense. Pride just eats us up from the inside. Pride affects how we live our lives. And we need to be careful because it's almost like it opens the door to many other sins. So we need to be very careful as we pursue excellence that we do not look down on others thinking that, oh, they're not as good as me because it's all about me. I hope that we'll begin to see that true humility comes when we acknowledge who we are based on what God says about us, and that we serve him with all we have, we give him the glory. And I pray that we'll never fall into the trap of pride, because pride does not just come in alone, it comes in with many other sins. This is all that most of what I address in chapter 5, and the songs that I put for us to consider are Empty Me by Chris Sly and Lay Down My Pride by Jeremy Camp. These will hopefully help you to begin to see more and more what it means to be humble. If you want to spend time on this topic, again, there's a lot of books on this topic, but let me say what George Washington Carver said. He said that it is not the style of clothes that one wears, neither the kind of automobile that one drives, nor the amount of money one has in the bank that counts. These things mean nothing. It is simply service that measures success. If we truly want to grow, we need to learn to be humble. Jesus taught us that over and over again. And I hope that you spend time in the Word. The more time you spend in the Word, the more you see that it's not about you. It's about serving the one who has made you, and it's about seeking to encourage those that you meet. So that's what I talk about when I talk about humility.